and gentlemen, we've hit the bottom of the hour, actually plus 1 minute. My name is Fred Holmes. I'm a triple diamond with Zeech International. I'm an independent distributor. It's my privilege to host this evening's executive overview of the income opportunity with Zeech International. This evening, we're going through quite a bit of information over the next few minutes. This information is really oriented for those of you that are perhaps you've had a chance to experience our Zeech product. Maybe you were on the call last night where we had a product formulator sharing more of the specifics of our product line. You may have been invited as a guest tonight, perhaps a friend or a family member, maybe a coworker has been introducing you to what Zeech International is doing. So certainly a very special welcome to those of you that are invited guests. Tonight, this is kind of unique. Tonight what we're going to do is we're going to share some information, specifically the three essential ingredients that one would look for when making a decision to get involved in a home-based business, in particular in the network marketing industry. We're going to talk about the importance of, number one, the corporate leadership and experience. Secondly, we're going to talk about the kinds of products that lend themselves well to a home-based business in our venture, our type of industry. Thirdly, we're going to talk about timing, because timing is going to be an essential ingredient in your success as you delve into a home-based business. And really, these three essential ingredients are important, regardless of what your goals and aspirations are. For many of you, you might be looking at a way to create some supplemental income, that extra, $500, $600, $800 a month that frankly could make all the difference in the world for most families, but yet not have to devote a tremendous amount of time. For some of you, you're looking for a way to create a replacement income, or maybe get back to the level of income that you've been accustomed to before the economy had challenges. For others of you, you may be looking for true high levels of financial independence and prosperity. Regardless of what your goals are, the ingredients that are essential for success remain the same. We're also going to give you an opportunity over the next few minutes to hear from a few of the people in the field today, people that have taken this particular opportunity and have been able to capitalize on it anywhere from, literally, a few short months to a couple of years, and give you an opportunity to hear what they have done to create success. So let's go ahead and start with that very first point that I mentioned, experienced corporate leadership. Now, obviously, if you're going to align yourself with a company, one of the things you need to look at is who's running the company. You look for people that have not only tenure and experience, but the kind of experience that you can, hang your hat on, that the people that are running the ship know what to do. The founder of Zeech International, chairman of the board, is a gentleman by the name of Ken Brailsford. Now, you may not recognize that name, but the name Ken Brailsford was very much the most important reason I looked at Zeech International a little over 5 years ago, because I knew of Ken Brailsford back then. I didn't know him personally back then, but I knew the Ken Brailsford story. Ken is an icon, both in nutritional and direct marketing industries. Ken and his siblings, they were the founders of Nature's Sunshine back in the 70s. Now, many of you will recognize that company's name. Nature's Sunshine, now in business about 40 years, they have become one of the legacy billion-dollar companies in our industry. And that's a significant statement. In the industry of network marketing, we're talking perhaps 60, almost 70 years. This has been an industry going all the way back to the origins of the industry, the Amway Corporation, White Magic, and so on. In that period of time, there have been literally probably tens of thousands of companies that have come and gone. Yet only 24 companies in the history of network marketing have stood the test of time, that have gone on to become what we call legacy companies. And by definition, a legacy company is one that's been in business 20 years or longer, still in business today, has done over $1 billion in sales and continues to thrive. Nature's Sunshine, a company that Ken and his brothers and sister started in the 70s, became one of those 24 companies. Now, Ken went on in the 80s become the founder of Enrich International. Many of you may remember that company, now in business almost 30 years, another one of the long-term billion-dollar legacy companies, today continuing in business under the name of Unicity. See, Kim Brailsford, there's probably no one else in the history of network marketing that has the tenure, has the experience directly related to building a network marketing company. Ken's the only man in history that's built two of them. Well, he had long since retired when he was introduced to the moringa oleifera, which is the core component of all of our products. Ken, over the last few years that Zeej has been in existence, has surrounded himself with a corporate leadership team that is second to none in the industry. We have some of the who's who of corporate officers from different successful companies. Our corporate management team exceeds well over 100 years of combined experience, and most importantly, successful experience in this industry. So it goes without saying, when you're looking for a company with experienced corporate leadership, there isn't another company in the industry that can match our credentials, our pedigree. Now let's talk about the second ingredient. And a lot of people really aren't aware of the kinds of products that lend themselves well to a successful home-based business in our industry. First and foremost, there are three things that you want to look for. First, look for a product that is unique to the marketplace. You want to be first to market. Certainly there'll be others coming down the road, in the future, but it's always the first to market that is the most successful. You want to be out ahead of the pack. So look for a unique product. Secondly, look for products that are highly consumable. Ideally, you want a product that's consumed on a daily basis, ordered on a monthly basis, because that's the foundation of ongoing sales. Finally, and if anything, this is the most important ingredient, look for a product that really works, that really makes an impact with people. Because if you have a product that really works, that's what's going to create the desire to continue to repurchase the product. A loyal, committed consumer base is the foundation of long-term residual income in our industry. It's the reason why the majority of those 24 long-term network marketing companies have been nutritionally based, because nutritional types of products lend themselves extremely well to our type of business. Now, Zeej International, we were actually born of a video, a documentary that aired in 2002 on the Discovery Channel. This documentary was reporting on a botanical, a tree, if you will, by the name of moringa oleifera. Now, this tree, we learned from the Discovery Channel documentary that a very small quantity of the powdered leaf of this tree was being used in some of the world's most desolate, poverty-stricken areas to literally reverse childhood starvation in as little as 2 weeks. Now, what was astounding was not only the speed at which this was happening, but it was being done much more economically than some of the finest, medications and nutritional supplements known to the Western world. Since the original airing of that Discovery Channel documentary, we have been, there's no other way to put it, overwhelmed by third-party validation of the nutritional power of this tree. Today, there's over 200 worldwide humanitarian organizations that support and endorse the use of the moringa oleifera tree for nutrition in impoverished areas. Countless numbers of universities and medical schools reporting on the nutritional power of this product. Numerous governmental agencies, for instance, the National Institutes of Health, the U.S. NIH, they reported in their 2008 newsletter that the moringa oleifera tree was the most nutrient-rich botanical they had ever studied. And we're talking over 5,000 botanicals they've studied. They even went on so far as to say that this tree had been used in traditional medicine for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years to treat or cure over 300 diseases and ailments. Well, fast forward a couple of years, and in 2004, a videotaped copy of that original documentary on the moringa tree, that videotaped copy was sent by a friend of Ken Brailsford's tell his friend he really wasn't interested, he's one of the very few people in the world that had not only the capacity to see the power of this botanical, but the financial resources and the credibility in the industry to bring it to market. And Ken had long since retired from the industry, but what he saw was an opportunity to do more good for mankind with a single botanical than he'd done with perhaps the hundreds of other products that were available from his previous two companies. That was the genesis of ZJ International. And that we launched our company just about 6.5 years ago with our original product, which was our Moringa drink, a way to be able to have the nutrient benefits of the Moringa tree in a great tasting beverage, something the Western world could drink on a daily basis. We've since expanded our product line into 3 separate divisions now. We have our liquid nutritionals, we have specialty products in our sports energy drinks, we have a secondary or a second line of products in our all-natural skincare line, some of the most powerful nutritional products for the skin. I will tell you, while our skincare, personal care line is a small component of our company's sales, today, it is really the sleeping giant of ZJ International. With that alone, that second product division alone could be $1 billion component of our company, and we know that simply from companies like Mary Kay or Arbonne or Jafra. But what really launched the growth of ZJ International was when we went into our third product division, which was our weight management systems. Our weight management system is not a pill, it's not a drug. It's a system that provides complete nutrition, additional all-natural organic products to help the body regulate itself, improve digestion, reduce cravings, improve the metabolism. And our third component is our premium tea, which helps the body naturally detoxify. It goes hand-in-hand synergistically in the weight loss program. We've had to date people that have lost not just 5, 10, 20, 30 pounds, but 50 pounds, 100 pounds. We have a few individuals that have lost over 200 pounds without dieting, without exercise, without drugs, without surgery. And folks, when you have products that are unique to the marketplace, that meet a genuine need that people have, they recognize the needs for good nutrition, better energy, better wellness, whether it be weight management, whether it be from weight loss, and some of our athletes are using it for weight gain. You can also do that with our weight management products. This is what creates an opportunity. Now, before I go into the third and final component we're going to talk about tonight, timing, I want you to get a feel for what happens when people engage in our business. I'm going to go over to Ohio. I've got Debbie Bulmert on the line with us, and Debbie, it's actually been very, very rewarding to see the growth that you and your family have had as the development of your ZJ business. You already have a very successful, health and wellness-oriented business. Take a moment, share with the folks a little bit about your background. What was it that caused you to want to get involved with ZJ, and what have you been doing to build such a successful business to date?
Thank you, Fred. As you said, I do a health and fitness business. I've been a fitness professional and a business owner for over 20 years. I've been interested in natural and holistic ways for more than 30 years, so finding ZJ really fit into all that. I've worked with well over 1,000 clients regarding health and fitness, from all spectrums of that. And at the age of 50, I decided I needed to leverage my time and my finances because I felt like I was working too hard. My desires were to spend more time with my family, especially my grandkids, and to travel more, all while building a residual income. So that's where ZJ comes in, and it fits perfectly with my needs nutritionally and financially. I very, very much love the integrity of the company, as well as the value and quality of the products. And I love our team. We found a very supportive team of business partners here with ZJ, and actually in a very short time, I was able to qualify for the Team Ben's luxury program. And that's kind of it in a nutshell, and I'm just really enjoying it, and I do believe in that living life unlimited, as he just said. It's just going very well that way. So with that being said, thanks a lot, Fred, and I'm going to pass it back to you.
Debbie, thank you so much for joining us. I know You have a busy schedule, and I always appreciate it when you can join us on our calls and share your story. And folks, Debbie mentioned a couple of things, and that kind of brings me to the third component of timing. Timing. Well, I think timing is a critical ingredient in any kind of success, certainly in our industry. A lot of people that haven't been involved in this industry professionally aren't really aware of the time to get involved with a company. A lot of people look for the beginning of a company. Well, with what you've learned already, getting with a company that's a startup, the chances of that company becoming one of the 24 long-term opportunities in this industry, slim to none. There are obviously great opportunities with some of those 24 companies. But the problem is that they're now well established. Getting in on the opportunity when it's going into its explosive growth stage, that has come and gone by many years, in some cases many decades. The technical definition of the time you want to get involved in a company, we call it within the industry the momentum stage. Typically a company will go through a few years of formulation, then they hit a magic point in time, and the technical definition is somewhere between the first $100 and $200 million a year. If you can find a company at that point in the growth curve, you're finding a company that's already been around long enough to become stable, to establish a foundation, to create infrastructure so that they can launch into the explosive growth stage, yet you have an opportunity to be in before the masses. The reason this call is happening tonight is because ZJ International has just hit that point in time. We just completed our first $100 million year. This is the point in time that all of the top income earners in our industry have joined their respective companies. Timing is essential in every aspect of life, but it's certainly critical in our particular profession. I mean, we just, in the last week, were recognized in the top Inc. magazine 5,000 fastest growing companies. We were number 504. We've experienced over 900% increase in sales in the last 36 months. We couldn't have had that kind of recognition a few years ago. I'll let you in on a little bit of inside information. End of this year, ZJ International is going to be written up in the prestigious Success at Home magazine. We are just now coming to the marketplace where people are just now starting to hear about it. The perfect timing to get involved. Now, one of the advantages that we have as distributors is the company has put into place a number of tools and resources to help us advance our business. Debbie mentioned our Team Benz program. We didn't have the resources to do that even a couple of years ago. Today, we have a luxury automobile program, and really that's not all that unique in our industry. A number of companies have luxury automobile programs, but they've always been reserved for the top income earners. ZJ International, we're a different company. We do things a different way. Our luxury automobile program reaches into our very part-time levels. Even a gold distributor, which is a part-time level in our company, can qualify to receive a Mercedes-Benz and let the company pay for it. We have other programs that have really started to build the ZJ business from the grassroots. We have our Team 250 program. Really what that means is that a brand new distributor, for doing minimal activity, just what we do, sharing our product, sharing our business, by doing minimal amount of productivity on a monthly basis, can qualify for Team 250 and be able to receive their own personal product supply free. And see, what that does is that creates a zero overhead business. Because that's really the only overhead we have is our own personal product supply. There's a number of other things that have been brought to the marketplace to help us propel our business into the next billion-dollar company. What I want to do is I want to go back to Ohio. We've got another one of our business partners, Michael Panko, on the line. And Michael's another type of individual that is starting to see the power of this industry, and in particular the opportunity with ZJ International. Debbie represents a busy business owner who's looking for a retirement path, a chance to be able to have a residual income and be able to enjoy life. Michael's a young professional, him and his wife Natalie, very successful in their own right, and they've come to ZJ International. Michael, it's been a pure joy to spend time working with you and with Natalie. Take a moment, share with the folks a little bit about your background and what it is that attracted you to ZJ International. And if you would share with them a path, what did you do to get off to a fast start?
Well, thank you so much, Brett. As a marketing director for a global manufacturer, and my wife Natalie is a pharmacist, we are very busy people. And we were looking for an opportunity that would allow us to leverage our time and generate financial security. So when we were introduced to ZJ, actually by Pat Anderson, we got started right away with a builder choose system. And we wanted enough product for our own personal consumption and enough product to share with others. So within the first 30 days, we actually enrolled several customers and distributors. We recouped our initial product purchase, and we got right into profit mode. And Fred, from the great health benefits I've seen with my digestive health, Natalie was able to improve her half marathon time by over 15 minutes. We literally can't help but sharing these with everyone. We've now hit the platinum executive level, and we've created a significant residual income. This residual income actually gave us the financial comfort to purchase our 35-acre farm right out here in the country, and we love having the horses here on the ranch. Riding our four-wheelers around the properties is just absolutely fantastic. We've also been able to utilize that Team 250 program and receive our own personal products on a monthly basis for free from the company. And you know what, Fred? I'm driving this sharp steel gray Mercedes. It's got the tinted windows and all part of ZJ's luxury automobile program. I never imagined I'd have this kind of car at my age. And the most exciting part about ZJ is really the opportunity that we can provide to others by sharing it and seeing so many in our group elevate the ranks right up the company's compensation plan. So I'm so excited for the future with our organization. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and pass the call back to you, Brett.
Michael, thank you so much. And again, congratulations to you and Natalie on the astounding business that you're building. And ladies and gentlemen, you're going to start to hear a kind of a reoccurring theme. What creates success in our industry, in our profession, comes from people that are not so much motivated for success for themselves, but rather recognize that it's giving to others that creates true success. See, Debbie Ballmer, our first speaker this evening, is part of Michael's team. One of the reasons that Michael and his wife have been so successful is their focus has been taken off themselves and put on the people that they've introduced to our products and company. And the fact of the matter is, when you care enough about people and their success, the money tracks you down like a bloodhound. And so what I want to do now is I want to share with you, what does it take to get involved with ZJ International? Because certainly many of you, over the next couple of minutes and the next day or two as you investigate more information, you're going to find a path for yourself, a way to work with a company of integrity and credibility with a significant product line that benefits people and an opportunity to create your own level of financial security and prosperity. To get involved with ZJ as an independent distributor, pretty simple. A $39 application fee. That's the requirement to become an independent distributor. And with that, you can order products directly from the company at wholesale. You can develop your own customer base. You can actually start leveraging your time through developing your own distributor base. Now, many of our distributors have started with product on hand. Certainly some basic business fundamentals there. But the concept, what we've done is we've created a simple, duplicatable system that ensures that all people who are willing to work, willing to learn, and have that desire to succeed have equal opportunity to be successful. The best way to develop a potential customer or potential distributor, for that matter, is through the sampling process, letting people try our product. So since so many of our distributors start with product, we've developed three basic entry points to our business. We have a basic entry point called a personal system. It's $330. And what that is, that's a collection of several of our products. Gives you an opportunity to sample out yourself. Try several of our different products. Use them yourself. Experience company adds 50% more product for free, and it's already packaged in the form of samples to make it easier to start launching your business using our sampling program. Each one of the builder systems comes with a 50% increase in income, literally adding half again to your team commissions for a period of 3 to 6 months, depending on which system you're joining. And as you heard Michael say, he started with the Builder 2 system, and following a simple duplicatable process that we teach our distributors, he was able to recoup all of that initial product purchase in a month. Now, what I want to do here, the next person I'm going to call on to speak is a gentleman I've actually had the privilege of knowing, Phil Jacobson, for many years. We met a number of years ago with a different company. He's been very successful in this industry. He's $1 million income earner in network marketing. But Phil made a decision a couple of years ago to join ZJ International. And Phil, it's great to see fellas that I've known from the industry like yourself getting involved in the level of prosperity you've had. But as a professional in network marketing, I think it'd be real interesting to our folks. Explain to the folks, what it is about ZJ caused you to come here. Because, certainly there were a number of companies that were looking for you to join them back then. What was it about ZJ that caused you want to be here? And then tell the folks, what did you do to launch your business and create the kind of results to become one of our company's top income earners?
Well, thanks much, Fred. Really is a pleasure to be on the call here this evening. And, what was it that attracted me to the company? Well, obviously, you've already covered a number of things. I think that people are not getting excited about where this company is going from listening to this call tonight. They're really not paying attention. I was well aware of the fact that the baby boomer population, about 80 million of them in the United States alone, they're all getting to retirement age, and they're all starting to get aches and pains and that kind of things. And I knew that a lot of the money was following the baby boomers, and so it just seemed like an absolutely natural tie-in for me to get associated with this company. Obviously, you've already gone over the expertise that the company has and the infrastructure that was putting together, and so I chose to jump in. Really looking back on my I've been in the industry for 25 years now, but the thing that attracted me even to the industry in the first place was the fact that I didn't have a sales background. I was basically working in the construction industry with a lighting wholesaler as well. No sales background whatsoever, but the thing that really attracted me to the industry was something we've heard a couple of times on the call already this evening. I was interested in leveraging my time. I could only make 40 or 50 or 60 hours worth of money every week, and the thing that was exciting to me was when I was asked whether I would like to make money based on a couple of 100 hours of production every week. And that was fascinating to me because I knew obviously 168 hours in a week, how could you possibly be paid on more hours than there were available? And that's when I started to learn about time leverage, and really it's been an exciting time for me. I did start off with the same building system too that you've been talking about. I noticed that the fastest growing people in this company that were really going to make good money were starting off at the builder to systems. So I did that. It was exciting to get into profitability within 30 days. Think about it. For the amount of successful business people that are out there, getting into profitability in your business inside of your first 30 days in business, that's unheard of. Simply because the cost of getting associated with any kind of business these days can number in the tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars or more. This is something that we can start on the strength of a credit card, and so getting into profitability within my first 30 days was very, very exciting. I've been able to enjoy a tremendous amount of success. Obviously, one of the things actually that's most exciting for me is the success that's now being generated by a lot of the different people that I actually started with as we got rolling with this company. And I'm talking about people from all different kinds of backgrounds. Obviously, people that were nail technicians, from people from oil and gas. One guy that started with me was a rodeo cowboy, a businessman, people in the medical field, plumbers, people from all walks of life. And that's simply because there was a system to follow on. It's amazing where we can get to in this kind of business. One of the things that I've always been excited about, just in terms of being able to do things on my own timetable, is travel. And we've been able to enjoy a tremendous amount of travel just over the the short period of time that I've been with this company now. But I'm just thinking of what's going to be happening over the next few weeks. Very excited to be taking off to go to Europe here for about 2 or 3 weeks. And one of the things that's going to be a highlight of my tour when I'm over there is being able to ride along. I've always been a fan of the Formula One circuit. I'm going to be over in Budapest here in a few weeks and actually riding in one of the Formula One cars. And as we're over in Hungary, that's going to be very, very exciting for me. So you hear terms like living life unlimited and this kind of thing. These are kind of almost slogans of different companies, but in this company, this is for real. You're hearing the real stories today when you're on the phone. So a lot of exciting things going on, but all the people who are living the kind of lifestyles that I'm talking about now, even with other companies, one of the things that you mentioned earlier, Fred, that was very exciting is the timing that was involved when these people got started. You mentioned momentum, and you alluded to it earlier there, of course, the timing, the critical mass that's involved. That's where this company is right now. So if you're listening on the call here for the first time, the exciting part about this, over and above of all the information that we've already heard about the life-changing results people are getting on the product and obviously the success they're having in the business, the most important thing to realize is the timing that we've got in this company right now. This is the time when all the leaders of some of these other companies that have got to the point of making huge incomes, it was at this point in time in the company's development that they got started. So simply put, you're in the right time at the right place. And obviously, if you do something about it, it can literally revolutionize your life over the next little while. So what did I enjoy the most about the industry? Obviously, it's a very simple thing to follow. It didn't take a lot of my time. I just had to learn a very simple system. So with that said, I don't want to get too carried away here, but it's been a very, very exciting time for me. Not only for success, but also for the success of all the different people on my team. It's certainly been a pleasure being able to work with you. And with that, I'll hand the call straight back to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Phil, and I certainly appreciate your wise words there. And ladies and gentlemen, you heard probably the most important thing that you needed to hear tonight. After hearing about the company leadership, knowing that we've got that in place, that we have the right kinds of products, and we have the right kind of timing to be successful, Phil made a comment, and it's probably the most important thing we can share to you tonight. We have a system in place. The system is designed so that if you bring to the table your willingness to work, your willingness to learn, and your commitment to achieve your goals, everything else is in place. And so what I want to do tonight is two things. I want to share with you a special opportunity. Many of you are going to get involved this evening. Many of you are going to launch your Zija business. And 2 days from now, on Saturday morning, we're going to have a very special international broadcast of a live Fast Start training. We're going to be joined by Amy McKenzie. Many of you will recognize the name. She's an Emerald distributor in our company's compensation plan. Team Ben's qualified. She's a charter member of the Team 250 Club. She's now in qualification for our profit sharing program, available to all distributors, and she's rapidly becoming one of the most recognized trainers in our company. Amy is going to do a special Fast Start training teaching you step by step the system that has been responsible for so many people's success. That call will start promptly at 8 o'clock in the morning on the Pacific Coast this coming Saturday morning, this same conference bridge. That's 11 o'clock Eastern time. And in closing, I want to do this. For those of you that are invited guests, I want you to get off the line now. I want you to call the person that invited you to be with us this evening. Get your questions answered. If you need to get a chance to try the product, ask about the builder systems. Work with the people that can teach you how to do this business and make a decision. Because this is probably the most important decision I've made in my financial life a few years ago. I recognize that with me or without me, the people that got involved in Zija International were going to create true financial security and prosperity. And the only difference between me and others is I just made a decision to be part of the people that were involved with Zija. So with that, a special thanks one more time to my guest speakers this evening. I always appreciate the commitment and the time you put into sharing your stories in the field with our guests on the phone. I'm going to go ahead and open open up the lines. I'm going to close out the call. Thank you for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the Saturday morning fast start training. The lines are open.
Oh,